guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we are doing a Wip Chat. If you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a Wip Chat is that you can bring out your own whips or whatever it is that you like to do while you listen to me talk about whatever has been going on throughout my week. So we can get started. So first off, hope you guys are doing great today. Hope that it's a little bit cooler. It was cooler for us yesterday, but now it's kind of gotten back to being icky and muggy. Although it's kind of gray out at the moment. We had some storms that came through yesterday, and now it's just kind of like lightly sprinkling. But it's still, it's already starting to get hot again. I'm just like, I'm not happy because it's about to hit 80, I think it's like 89 or something today. Either way, it's going to feel like 90s. I don't want to feel like 90s in September anymore. But, I hope you guys are doing well. And if not, I hope things will get better for you guys. I am currently working on Mittens, Destroyer of Worlds by Warmtail, and it's my first craftably one, and I'm really excited about it, honestly. I started working on this on Friday, and I just kind of zoomed through it, so I'm probably going to slow down soon enough, but I'm really enjoying what I've been working on so far. Let's see. So I got 2 pins right here. I don't remember where they all came from. I know this one came from Axe and Iron, but I don't remember where this one's come from, but I'll probably have everything put down in the description below. But I was like, yeah, let's start trying to match things, and I couldn't find really anything except this pin to match with the canvas, but I really wanted to work on a Halloween color, so I grabbed that one because I had that last year. So yeah, and then I did tell you I'd gotten a cover minder that would match with my with the cat that I got. So look at it, isn't it cute? Kind of destroyed it a little bit by accident, but that's okay. It's still adorable. And then of course I have this one. I think you saw like in the background of my other project, but it's like I had to have that too. And I'm like, I love them so much. But yeah, let's get started, and I can start telling you about what's been happening. Today is actually Tuesday. I'm going to try and get this out later on today. The reason why I did not do a Whip and Chat yesterday as well, I did try to do a Whip and Chat. It's just that it's a holiday, so my kids were home, and the kids really tried. They really did try, but they were just a little bit too disruptive. I had to stop and go with my camera constantly because they had to tattle on each other. They needed snacks. They wanted a water bottle. They wanted lunch. They were wondering why it was taking too long. And at that point, it's like, it's taking too long because you guys keep interrupting me. But so I kind of gave up on that yesterday and spent some time with them. But this week has been a pretty slow week, I would say. And not saying that's bad, but it's been good. Especially since we've been just so much go with school. And then of course, we had a week of illness, and then last week I finally everyone's starting to recuperate from how everyone was feeling from getting sick. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to take it a little bit easier this week. And that's what I did. But man, it's just like the schools are rough so far. It's just not from schoolwork, but we've been just getting constant emails every day, and I realized the school has been having a hard time. I think like they don't have as much funding this year. Because they've been asking like to raise a certain amount of money to basically make sure that the kids have field trips, that there's teacher appreciation, student stuff, like all this stuff. So it's just like, but it's so much in your face. And my husband and I did get to donate later on in the week, last week, the kids came home one of the days, so excited because apparently there was a pajama day if you donated that night. So and they have like nightly and weekly challenges, and I can't participate in all of them. I could do at least a pajama day for them, but it's just like I can't just like constantly, put things like donate and stuff like that. My husband and I both agreed like we can't just do that. Plus there's like a processing fee, and I felt like the amount we donated was a really good amount. Like it was I mean, like, the kids were like really excited, especially since they get to dance this week. For the whole thing, it's just that we're like, oh goodness, that was a lot. um, but yeah, the kids have been doing good. Overall, it's just like with this whole fundraiser thing, I'm just, I don't mind it. It's just like it's constantly getting there. I like, and plus I have 3 teachers emailing me. Sorry, excuse me. So it's kind of like more my face than like what would someone that just has one teacher emailing them. So it's just like every day I get like constant updates, like how much the school has raised and how much their class has raised and what I can do to help. And it's the same information over and over again. And I'm like, I've read this already. I read this yesterday and the day before. But yeah, it's just me complaining about silly stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, so one of the things this week, I messed up big time. And I'm gonna take a small sip of my water. It sounds like my husband has started brewing coffee, so you might hear some beeping and stuff like that once it's done brewing. And I might stop the camera and everything just so I could get myself a cup because I am exhausted. I did not sleep well at all last night. Alright. So, although we took it easy this last week, I did wanted to start doing some of the things that I plan to do for throughout the week. And one of those things was cleaning out the cabinet excuse me, that's above our fridge. I wanted to get that done because it has been a pigsty for years. What we normally do is we put all of our kids' accomplishments, their artwork, like basically anything that involves like with a lot of the kids' stuff, we throw up there. And it was time to get it organized and cleaned out and straightened up. So I had my husband one day last week, just like after we were both feeling better, I was like, okay, take this stuff down and put it onto the dining room table. And it took me a while, and I organized it. There was like artwork, there was a lot of the kids' awards, so like when they did, basically did honor roll, principal's honor roll, with Nicole's, like all of her perennial math stuff and word master challenges, and then with all 3 of them, things like leadership awards, stuff like that. Had to do all sorts of organization with that. Plus, with Nicole, I had like all of her older homework stuff, like it's things that she did, that was from homework that the teachers turned in and graded. She didn't want me to throw it away at the time, and I didn't really want to deal with like her breaking down because I threw away a piece of homework. So everything kind of went up there into the cabinet, and I'm like, okay, well, it's been long enough. I think it's time to start doing that. So we did that. There was a lot of school art stuff that I kept still. There was things that I took pictures of, and one of the things that was also up there was my kids. They write a lot to Santa and the Easter Bunny and everything, and there was a card that they wrote to the Easter Bunny that I've left out. in my cleaning, fell out onto to the floor and did not notice it at all. I'm pretty sure you realize where this is going. I flubbed up big time. So my oldest finds this card, and she's 10, so she's around that age. She starts to get suspicious anyway, and she just goes, "What's this?" And I'm like, "What's what?" And she hands me the card, and it's the card that she wrote, and I'm like, "Oh, I have no clue." She goes, "But we wrote this to the Easter Bunny years ago," and I'm like, yeah, maybe it got misplaced. So, yeah, I don't think she believed me one bit, and I have a feeling the jig is up, and my husband and I are going to have a talk with her in the next week or so. But I didn't really want to have that talk in front of her brother and sister. So we kind of just sidestepped it. But she had, like, I have a feeling she kind of knows, but at the same time she doesn't want to know, because that means that she doesn't get stuff anymore or something like that. I feel like that's where she's at, but at the same time I also know that she's really sensitive, and I'm nervous about the fact that she might still get upset and break down. So I don't know. It's like it's up in the air. So I don't know how she's going to react, and I'm really nervous about it. But yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially since she has friends and stuff like that might have said some stuff to her. So we'll see how that goes in the next week or so. One of the things is, like, we've been dealing with is also because of the fridge. I've been just like trying to get things clean. Is our fridge has been leaking, and that's been annoying. Like we kind of think we figured it out. We gotta just go through some of the groceries and condense it so we can pack everything into a cooler, and then maybe defrost the entire fridge, because we think it's the freezer, since the freezer's like on the bottom, because we thought it was the filter. Clean that out, didn't work. So we're gonna try and defrost it in a little bit, but we just gotta take everything out and get that fixed. So it's just like one thing after another, it seems like, with things that are like just not working correctly. But yeah, so yeah, it was just like with that, and then like now the fridge leaking, and then of course, like I told you, with the mini fan, I'm just like, can we stop? Because we already spent money on the AC. I don't really want more things, starting to show its age around here. You guys are still working, right? I'm like looking at all my appliances, like, you guys are still working, right? The only problem that I know is that my oven's still working great, but the sensors on it doesn't work as well anymore. Sometimes I have to call my husband to go and like set the timer for it, or like when I need it to change the temperature on it. So because I'm pushing as hard as I can, and it's just, I'm not pushing hard enough, so my husband has to come behind me and just push harder to make sure that we get it set to 350, or like we're having a timer up to 30 minutes or anything like that. So it's like, okay, you guys, you still work, please. please. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but I am getting I did switch my not surgery, procedure, my dental procedure, to like later on in this month, because it was supposed to be in October, like I think it was like a day after my anniversary, but they called me a few weeks ago, asking if I could change my schedule, because apparently the doctor, he's only in there once a week for this type of thing. Wasn't going to be available, and that I needed to move things around. So luckily I felt like almost at the end of September was fine. It's like about 2 weeks away, honestly. I'm nervous, and I've been trying to prep it, but then they called me again. I want to say they called me like Friday last week, and they asked me, "Oh, can you go and can we change your schedule to get your procedure done on tomorrow. They wanted me to come in tomorrow. I'm like, no. And well, one of the things was they wanted me to come in tomorrow at 1 or 2 o'clock. And I'm like, well, both things are, massively wrong. One of the things is, my kids, I got to pick up my kids for school tomorrow. And then around those times, that's not going to work. And then also, I can't afford to pay for that right now. I got to wait till after my husband gets paid at a certain time in the month. So it's like, no, I have to hold off. No, ain't gonna happen. I set that time because I knew that we were able to do it, and plus I was able to try and make sure I got into the right mind space, because right now I'm silently, well, not silently, I'm freaking out. I'm like trying not to, and then of course I'm reading more onto it because I know it's not just like, oh, it's a little pinchy pinch and no, I know it's not going to be a little pinchy pinch. I'm like, no. So I'm trying to not think about it too much, but I can't help it because it's kind of like all the it's coming up, and I'm like, oh boy, here it comes. But I have been cooking a lot of soups and stuff like that to try and prepare myself. Like, even though it's still so hot, I still wanted to like get some things that I know would be easy for me to eat. Like, I made some gnocchi soup. Today I'm going to probably make potato soup. And then I think, like, I don't know if chili will work, but I'm making some chili, just because I'm really in the mood for chili anyway. And I'm going to probably make some chili later on this week. And I'm just going to freeze a bunch of this stuff. We always get leftovers with it anyway. Might as well just make, like, small little bag leftovers so that way I have, like, everything portioned out. But I don't know how I'm going to feel after the whole thing. I'm extremely worried. I'm going to take another sip of my water. But, yeah, so like I said, it's been a slow week, so not a lot has happened. I've been doing things like, I've been playing WoW. I've been playing a lot of it, actually. Well, a lot more than what I, have been in the last few months. But one of the things is let's see. I was hoping that we would be finished with raid for the Tuesday last week, and that didn't happen. We had to come back on Thursday. But the funny thing was, we were wiping constantly on the last one. And we were getting so close to downing her. But then it was just like it was 1% off every single time. And then we come in on Thursday, prepared to like do this for an hour to 2 hours. And we one-shot the thing. It was just like, okay, one pull and then we're done. And it was just like, okay, now what? So my group decided to start doing Mythic Pluses, and I ran with my my normal group and everything. And it was so funny. We got to do a lot of stuff. And I mentioned, like, what days I was available this week. So I said I was, like, I could have done that Thursday. I might have been able to do Saturday and even do yesterday for them. But by the time yesterday came around, I was not in the mood. I was just so tired. But I was able to do Saturday with them, and we actually did quite a bit, a lot more than I was expecting. And I think we went past 12 o'clock, which is not normal for me on raids or mythics anymore. I don't really spend that much time doing that. But I was actually having a blast with my friends and everything. But I finally got my 2000 score in the game, so now I finally got the mount that everyone else in my guild has. So I have the mount, like, from each season so far, which is, it's not... The first time I got it, it was so cool, and now it's like, yay, it's the same mount, but now with a different color. Woo! Excuse me. Oh, before I get any further, I gotta show you guys Mittens a little bit, okay? I know I mentioned a little bit about this earlier, but I need to show you how cool he looks. Like, of course, you can kind of see how sparkly he is, but, like, look at the, I don't know, I mean, I kept calling them rhinestones, but I don't know if they're crystals or rhinestones, or, well, I think I was calling them, crystals in the unboxing, but look at them, it's so pretty. This is what that's what this is all on, but, hold on, I'm trying to put everything back in its container. I was wrong. I didn't think, there was anything around the eyes or the gemstones and stuff, but there's actually is. So there's like the rhinestones. It's just there's so many ABs and stuff, which is not a bad thing. There was like 5 ABs and 3 of the rhinestones things, and it's just like I have like all of this is going to be have a lot of rhinestone stuff in it, and then of course right here there's like ABs I gotta put in. Same thing with the eyes, and then all the way over here. This whole stuff is just ABs everywhere. Like this big splotch right here is all ABs. This section right here, I'm just like, I'm just, oh my goodness, it looks so good, guys. I love it so much, and that's why I've just been like going so hard on this. Like when I started working on this Friday, I think I got 3 sections in. I was like done with 3 sections, and then I didn't really do anything. The next day, but because Saturday Friday. Okay, I'm going ahead of myself. So Friday I was able to do this. I was just enjoying myself. The kids were happy that it was the weekend. It was a 3-day weekend, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just enjoy doing this because we're just taking things easy. I'm not like doing a huge dinner or anything like that. And we get a phone call from Nicole asking, can I have a sleepover? And it's like, oh boy, okay. We didn't plan this out, but okay, sure. And my husband, like, the way she always words things is just like, we think that means the sleepover is going to be happening over at her friend's house. No, it's happening at our house. So we had to get the house prepared on Saturday. So I didn't really get to do this too much on Saturday, but I told her since she wanted to do the sleepover really bad, and it was kind of like, sprung on us, she's going to help us out with cleaning out the house. And it was a good thing. I was like, okay, we're going to clean up the house, because on Friday night we started having a weird smell around the house, and I was like, oh great, the drains are doing its thing again. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I've complained about this before, but our drains always get this weird smell, and it's not like it's not clogged or anything. It's just it has a weird smell, and it's done this since like literally like the second day we moved into this house, when we got this house brand new, and it's just a weird metallic, I wouldn't say rotting food kind of smell, but it's just like it smells weird, and I don't like it, and I can't ever seem to get rid of it. We've tried to do all sorts of things, and it just doesn't go away, and then all of a sudden it just dissipates. It's like, oh, we were never here, and it drives me insane. And then Friday it showed its ugly face on Friday night, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna try and clean up the house. And I knew it was a futile effort, but I still. It's like we needed to clean the house anyway, but I was just like, okay, we gotta get going. I've been a little lax on some things. Some things, needed a little extra love on cleaning. So yeah, in the morning, I started getting things done. Like I decided we're gonna tackle the bathtubs. We're gonna tackle the entire bathroom. We're gonna scrub it down and get that done. And I enlist Nicole's help. I already had the toilets cleaned by that point. They were having their own fun in the other room, but I was like trying to get things cleaned. I started the washing cycle, like the cleaning cycle for the washing machine. And then I was like, all right, guys, come on upstairs, help me out. Because I was like cleaning sinks and stuff like that. And I handed Nicole the tools, and I started teaching her how to clean a shower. And it was kind of funny because the day before we were even doing this, we were having a discussion with the kids and stuff like that, because I said I think it was like Michael. He was complaining about the fact that after someone used a restroom that the bathroom stunk. Who knew that you go to the bathroom and you know it stinks, whatever, that kind of thing. And we're like, well, if it smells, then go clean it. But it was just because someone used it. But he was like, no, I'm never gonna clean a toilet. And my husband and I kind of looked at him and went, yeah, you are. And he's like, no, I'm not. Never. I'm like, yeah, when you grow up and one day you want to leave this place and get your own, you're gonna have to learn how to clean your own toilet. You're gonna have to learn how to clean your own place. And he was just like, so, like, what? I have to do that? It's like, yeah. What do you think I've been teaching you how to clean things? Just for my own enjoyment? Apparently that was the case. They thought that I just like to be torturous to them. No. Ooh, it got brighter. Maybe I can turn off this light. Let's see. Yep, I can turn the light off. It seems like the sun has finally come over and it's not so gray and cloudy anymore, which means that it is now going to start burning up. Yay. Let's see. But yeah, I was telling him that he's going to have to do that one day. And he's going to do it really soon. He didn't have, at least, I'm going to say something. He doesn't have, at least he didn't have to do what I did when I was that age. By the time I was his age, I was already, scrubbing the toilets. I was, hanging laundry. I was scrubbing laundry because we didn't have a washing machine at one point. He has it good. I mean, I give him laundry to fold, which at this point I already suspect that he's not folding it. I'm going to have to go and start checking his drawers to see if he's folding it or just shoving everything in there. And if he is, I'm going to just take all of his clothes out and I'm going to put them onto the bed and say, no, you're going to have to fold this properly. And if you don't remember how, we will work through it until you remember. So, don't know if that's, if he's done that or not, but we'll see. Because, I just want to make sure that they're actually doing some stuff. I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to do chores forever, but at the same time, I'm like, I want them to be at least somewhat self-sufficient. I can't expect them to, do things like the washing machine or anything, because they can't reach any of the knobs or stuff like that. And Nicole can, but she can't reach the washing detergent or anything like that, so, to throw in the Tide Pods. But I do expect them to at least throw their dirty clothes into the washing machine whenever I ask, especially if we start having a pile of laundry that I need to start washing. I normally expect them to at least do that part for me. And they pretty much do. But, back to talking about showers and stuff like that. Nicole acted like it was a death sentence when I started teaching her how to scrub the toilet. Not the toilet, the shower. So the shower in their bathroom got a little grimy, and it just needed some extra scrubbing and whatnot. I already started scrubbing some of the stuff down, so it wasn't horrible. I just wanted her to learn how to actually clean parts of it. So I taught her. I put the cleaner underneath the side of the showers because there's a crack, and I'm like, okay, what you're gonna do, because I know you don't want to touch anything, you put the rag on top of your fingers, so that way it's covering both sides of your hands, and then you're going to basically stick your fingers into this crack, going up, and then you're going to run your hand back and forth like this, to get all that grime and goop out. And she flipped out. She was just acting like, ah! It's it's okay. She was acting like it was a bug, because she has she has a huge phobia, with bugs, which I get, but she was acting like it was that. She was shaking. She was, hysterical. I was, trying to calm her and encourage her. And it got to the point where, I was done. I was there was so much I could only do before I was just okay, you go. I got it. I'll clean this up. Did I do a good job? Yes, you did a great job. Let me just finish up, I'm just I'm you're going to have to, start learning how to take better care of this, because you're going to be an adult one day and need to clean this yourself. And I know, but it's so gross. I love that kid, but sometimes I get a headache. But yeah, we gotten that done. And then of course we also cleaned out the dishwasher. We poured bleach down the drains just in case, and the smell dissipated for a little bit, just a little. And then it kind of came running back on that night, like after her friend and her went to bed. Like, I started smelling it upstairs. It was downstairs, upstairs. I could not get rid of the scent. It was annoying. And I felt so embarrassed because I was like, oh, goodness gracious, you know? But it's now gone. It dissipated after her friend left on Sunday. Sorry. Oh, one of the things we were doing also, so as we were on Saturday cleaning up the entire house and straightening up, I was on my computer doing just a couple little things, and we've been having power outages again. So what's been going on is, like, they're attaching new lines and stuff for the development around the area. So I don't know if it's call them power outages, power flickers. The power goes out for like a second or two and then comes back on. Well, it's really bad for your electronics. And even though we have surge protectors, my monitor has now officially bit the dust. My nice monitor, so it's now gone. And I'm a little frustrated with it, because it's like there was no need for it to go away. And it started becoming a running gag, like, because of course Saturday I was like, well, I can't do any mythics, hon. I was telling my husband, like, I can't do any mythics if I don't have two monitors. I know, having to work on one monitor, oh no. But at the same time, I'm so used to working with two monitors now. I have one monitor that has, like, basically I have Chrome pulled up and Discord and everything, so like I can like browse and stuff like that. And then of course my main monitor, which is the one that died, is where I play my games and stuff like that. My good monitor, the one that has where the best displays and stuff like that. So, and then the other monitor is kind of smaller, so my husband had to go and go through his old stash of monitors, because he has a couple of work monitors and stuff like that, and he pulled one down and it would work, but I am like, no. I am like, ugh. And he goes, you are such a monitor snob. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. You can definitely play with one monitor. And then I'm looking at him and his setup with his big TV as the main monitor for his games, and then of course his two work monitors, and I'm going, I'm the snob. But I concede, he is right. I am a bit of a snob, but I can't help it. He got me used to working on two monitors, because for the longest time I was on one. I think it was like in the last 2 years I've started working with two monitors. So if it's anyone's fault, it's his. He's in the room with me, so I'm trying to agitate him. In all seriousness, no, it was really lucky that we had extra monitors for me to work on anyway. We couldn't use any of my older ones because I used them to the point where they were just bleh. So we couldn't use any of my older monitors at all. So right now I am making do with what we have. He was telling me, like, oh, we can't get another monitor because, we were trying to save stuff, plus things are breaking down around us. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. But I was like, okay, well, can you tell me what kind of monitor I actually need, because I wanted to start doing some, like, shopping and things like that, to figure out, like, what kind of monitor. I want. And then he starts shopping for me, and he just starts drooling all over a lot of this stuff, and I'm like, I'm just happy with having another HD monitor, because that's what I have. My monitor's like a few 5+ years old. It's still good. It was good at the time before the whole thing just went kaput. It was good. It was a good one. But what happened was he goes, nope. If once we get you a monitor, we're not going to do anything. We're going to get you a good upgrade. And I'm like, I'm just happy with HD. He goes, no, we're getting you 4K. I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at the prices going, that's pricey. That's enough for a, 6 diamond paintings. Yeah, I know. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, that's enough for 6, or Aloas or diamond art clubs or craftedly diamond paintings, around the $50 range. I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, it'd be great. Plus, we're gonna look for like, he was like, plus we'll look for deals and stuff like that, because he always likes to try and make sure. And plus, I know that with Labor Day that, we could have probably gotten one. That was on a good deal, but like I said, we're not trying to spend a lot of money at this point with my surgery and stuff like that. And then he drops this bombshell on me. Well, I'm not going to upgrade your monitor until we upgrade your desk. So I might not have my monitor until November? Maybe October? I don't know. Maybe December? I don't know. I think he was trying to be mean, playful mean, but not really mean, But yeah, what we've been talking about, changing my desk for a while. I have a hutch type desk, so one of the things is I wanted to get an L-shaped desk instead. That way I can kind of get rid of this, maybe move this upstairs, in our bedroom, so that way whenever he has to do meetings and stuff, I can work up there and not bother him, or when I wanted to do recordings and stuff like that. But I still wanted an L-shaped desk because I wanted to have diamond paintings down here. So, during nighttime I can work on it while I still listen to stuff, or if I'm doing the thing, I can still turn around to do my diamond painting for a little bit, go back to doing something else, that kind of thing. So plus it'll hopefully make a little bit more room, but because I have a hutch type desk, all my nail polish collection boxes are on top of it. So if we do that, I'm going to have to find a place for those boxes because I want to display them eventually. The way that they're set up, I can't even really display them properly because they're all in a row, but they're not even facing out, so that way you don't even see what type of nail polish they are. They're all Holo Taco, but you don't get to see what they look like or anything like that, and it makes me a little sad. But one of the things I've been doing is cleaning up, and I didn't get to do it. I didn't get to do it Saturday with everything was going on, but Sunday we were taking a little bit of a lazy day. Wait, no, I think I did do it Saturday before her friend showed up, because I woke up early. What happened was we did clean out that dining room thing. So we have 3 bookshelves in there. One's all for Legos, one's for puzzles, board games, crafts, etc. And then the last one, which is mine, has my crafting stuff, and I'm thinking I'm going to try and organize that a little bit better, and that's where I can display all my Holo Taco collection boxes. So I know it's a weird place to put it in a dining room, but I don't really have any other option, unfortunately. But I think that's probably where I'm gonna put it at. But my nail polish will still probably be in here because I put all my nail polish now in these little containers. I need to get more of them because my husband bought them. That's another thing. My husband bought the latest collection of Holo Taco right before my monitor died. So it was just you know, it's just one of those frustrating things, hindsight and stuff like that. But it's okay. I'll just, like I said, I'll just deal. It's not a big deal. Plus, I don't know how much more I'll be like doing, rating, until I think it's like when the new expansion comes out in December. I don't know. Oh, come on. Sun went away. Ugh. I hate having to turn on the light back again. I'm sorry. There. Goodness gracious. Let's see. We had a lazy Sunday. I actually played a little bit of Final Fantasy with my husband later on that night. We were able to do things. He wanted to do Palace of the Dead, so that way I can get used to it, because I forgot how to play. I played a little bit in the game, and I'm like, oh yeah, Bard. I remember this a little bit. Not really. I'm gonna have to look things up and figure out how to play again, because it's like, oh yeah, I love running around and being able to just move and attack things, from a range type distance. I think that's the only range type class I actually like, because like with WoW, I love being in melee range, so I don't know. Let's see, what's the next number? I'm still trying to learn all these symbols and stuff like that. It's a little confusing. Here we go. Plus the stickers. I gotta figure out a better way to put the stickers on. They keep trying to fall off now, so it's just like, okay, we'll try and figure out everything on this. But yeah, we had a lazy Sunday. It was nice and relaxing. Especially with everything that was going on. Like, yeah, like we had a sleepover that day, the day before. I just wanted to take it easy. Excuse me. The twins, they wanted to have a sleepover since their big sister had one, so we were like, okay, so we already moved the mattress into their room. And we just pretty much relaxed. Michael and Jaina, they got to watch Steven Universe. They wanted to kind of binge watch that, and we're like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna argue too much. We're just wanting to do our own thing. And that's what I did on Sunday, was just like, I told you I only did like 3 sections of this, and then I had a little bit of this section worked on. Sunday, I went through and did like, I gotten through this section, this one, and then the one that's past here, all on Sunday. And then yesterday, I started working on this section, and then I was trying to get a Wip Chat done on this section. Didn't work. And then I just kind of kept on going, and I worked on this section, and then I had a little bit of this section done. Now it's like, so if I really am going to like work as hard as, if I really kept on this momentum, I could be done with this in technically like 8 days. I don't think it's going to happen, because I know I'm going to slow down. Plus with school happening, and then like I have things like WoW and stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to be I don't think I'm going to keep this momentum, honestly. But it's kind of nice to think about. But yeah, it was a really nice Sunday. Just, we got to do our own things, and like I said, it's been just an easygoing week. I don't know how this week's going to look like. I know that the kids are going to have a blast on Friday, but we had one more thing out of everything on Sunday. Not Sunday, but on Monday, yesterday. We weren't taking it as easy. We got in some stuff. I was trying to get the kids back to, getting used to a school schedule, because, their teachers were like, oh, please make sure that they're doing this. And I had so much arguing from them with it. It's like, your teacher says you need to do 10 minutes of reading every day, but it's not a school day. I'm like, but your teacher said you need to do 10 minutes of reading, but it's not a school day. And I'm like, I literally pulled up the email that I got 5 minutes ago. Look who said, do your reading. Okay. It's just, I was like, really, kid? Really? You're gonna act like that? And it was funny. They pulled out their tablets. And Michael, he did like 40 minutes almost, and then 35 minutes, and then Jana did like 28 minutes. I'm like, was that so hard? They're only supposed to do like 40 minutes for the week, and Michael's almost there, and then Jana's halfway there. I'm like, well, she's a little over halfway. If she does like 10, 12 minutes today, she's done for the week. I'm just like, is that so hard? Yes. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to keep going. You guys kept going, so I mean, it must have been good. It's like the stuff that they take is like, it's just like little reading things, and they teach you it's spelling, and then also questions, and then some of it has some stories and stuff like that. So, and they're supposed to only do like 10 minutes a day. So I mean, like, they're doing pretty good for doing that. But yeah, it's just like it was like pulling teeth. I was just like, come on, guys, you just need to relax and just do it, and then you'll be done. But then I had like spelling for them, and then it was like, oh no, spelling. Like, I know you guys know how to spell this, but please just humor me. And then let's see what else has happened. Speaking of pulling teeth, so Nicole, she lost a tooth last week, right? That was fun, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I completely forgot about putting money in the pillow. And when I woke up that morning last week, I'm like, oh my god, and I had to run down the stairs, get the money, come back up, switch it out before I walked in and woke her up. I remembered not to do that this time. But she lost her tooth yesterday. I was just like, are you kidding me? You just lost one. This kid now has like 3 teeth in a row that are all gone, and it's a premolar. So she's like, look, I'm almost done with all my baby teeth. I'm like, good. Let's see, what other color should I grab? I'm trying to figure out where. There we go. There's that symbol. I haven't even used this symbol yet. So I was just trying to figure out where it was. But yeah, she lost her tooth, and was just like, yeah, the tooth fairy's gonna come. I hope she writes me a letter. Spoiler: tooth fairy did not write a letter. But yeah, so she has now another $5 banked. I'm like, goodness gracious, inflation, kid, man. But yeah, she was excited when she woke up this morning and everything. But this morning was just rough to get them going. We had, I don't know, it's just that whole, back to school, getting, everyone's sluggish after the weekend. And then there's like tears and fights and arguments and everything. And I'm like not in the best of moods already because, I'm waking up. Plus, now with the weather changing, I know the weather has to be changing somewhat because my knee is in pain and like it feels swollen and stiff. So that at this point I was just like, okay, it's got to be changing, but now my knee's in pain. But when is it changing? Because it's still going to be feeling like 90s this week. But it also could be just because of the pressure changes as well. It's just with how it's been raining and stuff like that, and it's just so humid. But yeah, I was like not in the best of moods, so it's just like rushing everyone and things like that. So it's just like my husband's like, well, you don't have to come with us because your knee's in pain and it's hard to get in and out of that car. And I was just like, no. And I just want to make sure that, the kids have a good day at school. I still want to see them off, even though we had was in the worst of moods today. Because I still want to say, love you and, have a good day and all that stuff. And, I was a little mad at myself for getting them upset and getting myself upset. And just trying to get everyone in a good mood again. But I really wish they would not drag their feet, man. I was just like, guys, come on. We have so many minutes. Guys. You only have... It's just like... Someone's spending like 10 minutes plus in the bathroom and they're not even brushing their teeth. What are you doing? Admiring yourself? Staring at the ceiling? But yeah, it's just like... Just, you know, that's why I still went with them, because it's like, yeah, and my knee's busted, but I want to make sure that, you know, they know that I love them and everything. But yeah, I hope the weather does get to be better soon, just for everyone's sake. I don't know if anyone could take much more of this heat. Plus I would like to, instead of having a cold allergy, I like to have my cold, like, if I'm going to have a cold, I'd rather it be something else now, because at least I won't be having this weird cough that I've been having for the last 2 years. But anyway, I know that was a little bit of a weird ending, but I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!